Hello, Linda. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for being here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Um, my computer's being slow, so I'm on my phone right now, but hopefully, everybody who registered is able to get in here. Hopefully it was easy enough for you.
Yeah, I've never seen a yellow button before, so that was
Oh.
interesting.
Do you have everything you need to present
I
and such?
do.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
I've got a PowerPoint ready to go, and then an Excel log. I'm hoping to be able to drop into the chat, and it's going to be pretty much mostly offline. There's an online element if folks want, but the lesson that I'm kind of showing off tonight can be done completely offline.
Okay. Um, Hi, Charnel. I see you for a little bit anyway.
Hey, trying to
How's
figure
it
things
going?
out. Yeah, I'm exhausted.
Oh, join our
Preach.
club. Wait, I don't need to start any more clubs. We're good.
Yeah, no.
On second thought.
Sorry, I can't be a member of any more clubs.
No, I need to protect my time a little better and say, nope, I'm good with that.
Was that a New Year's resolution?
Sure, we could call it that. That's fine. No,
Ah,
I'm good, thanks.
I'm waiting to see how long that one lasts for me as well.
I already have too many things going on that trying to add anything else would be kind of ridiculous at this point.
Oh my gosh. Are you guys all teachers?
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Yep, see, I was too, and it's crazy how the word no is just not in our vocabulary.
Exactly. It just, oh, you want me to do that too? Sure. Yep. Mm-hmm. I
Absolutely.
can figure that out. All right. Where do I get to? Let's see. Nope.
That
Well, I can join. I hope.
Did that pop up on me? I'm supposed to admit Tina?
I can.
Okay. I didn't know it's just on my screen, so I thought,
yeah, it's on mine too. But
oh,
I don't
okay.
I don't know, Tina. I don't know
Okay.
anyone.
I'm closing from my phone because I'll be joining on computer in a second.
I've not used Teams before.
I've not used it for something like this. So we use Teams internally, but usually for larger events like this, we use Zoom. But it's giving some Zoom energy a little.
All right, I'm trying to see if there's anything else I need to turn on or admit or get my camera working somehow.
Could open that one.
He's my cat.
Rachel, what are you
There
having
we
issues
go.
with?
Oh, nothing. Just turning things on.
Okay.
There we go. I exist
Yay!
in real time. I saw Brad real quick, and then he left. That's all right. Maybe he's having connection issues. We are at 7:02. So, just so if you were wondering, this event is going to be recorded for posterity. We'll probably throw it up on our YouTube, not throw up literally, but we'll probably put it on our YouTube channel once everything gets processed, Linda, as long as that's okay with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so welcome everybody to our lovely webinar with Linda Morgan from cyber.org. I'll let her introduce herself in a little bit, but I'm Rachel Pearson. I'm a member of the board of directors for CSTA South Dakota, and we're glad everybody's here today. Appreciate everybody spending a little bit of time with us to hear about computer science in rural schools, which, 90-some% of our schools here in South Dakota are rural. So please excuse my cat's tail as she walks by. And Linda, I'll turn it over to you so you can go ahead and get started.
All right, fantastic. So my name is Linda Morgan. I am with cyber.org, and I am joining you this evening from Bossier City, Louisiana. That is right next to Shreveport. Everybody knows Shreveport. Very few people know Bossier, but I am in my 4th year here at cyber.org after almost 15 years in the middle school classroom, teaching mostly math and science. And then the second half of that 15 was robotics, computer science, and any other STEM classes that administration could throw my way. So I am very excited to be here with you guys this evening. So I'm going to go ahead and share this screen right here. And hopefully everyone can see my PowerPoint. Fantastic. I love audience participation. This is cybersecurity and AI, the missing layers in CS instruction. Supplies for the evening, pencil, scratch paper in case you see or hear something that you want to write down. I am going to be dropping links to things in the chat, so you absolutely will not have to keep track of any of that. So just any thoughts and impressions as we go along. I've got a couple of handouts that I will also put into the chat that you guys will be able to open up as well. It's an Excel document. Like a couple of us were saying, this is the first time I've done a large forum on Teams, and so we're going to hope that it works as well as its competitor, and I'm able to get some things to you. So our agenda for the evening is to be introduced to cyber.org and cybersecurity basics, the course I'll be highlighting this evening, to do an introduction to the 6 through 8 artificial intelligence lesson that I will be showing you, and then getting into that lesson ourselves, taking a look at other AI course and lesson offerings, and then opening it up to questions. And I do have a survey that I will provide a link for you guys to fill out. It's not that long, so it's mostly just questions about how helpful you found the PD, so we can keep doing these and get even better at our craft. So objectives for this evening are to describe how cybersecurity and AI concepts can be integrated into existing computer science courses, even those that don't explicitly use cybersecurity, to experience and analyze unplugged and low-tech cybersecurity activities, to understand how they model concepts such as pattern recognition, behavioral analytics, and insider threat, and to increase your confidence in teaching cybersecurity by connecting AI-based activities to real classroom practice, curriculum goals, and resource constraints common in rural settings. Ooh, I don't usually pronounce that word so well, so woo, go me. So some keywords and definitions here as you dig into our courses in cyber.org. You'll see that we're super into academic vocabulary. We believe that it is important in helping our students learn and grow. And so artificial intelligence, the definition sort of evolves as you move from the K to 5 and 6 to 8 space. So we try to keep the language of these terms user-friendly for the particular student set. So we have a couple of definitions for artificial intelligence, a couple of different definitions for algorithm, and then a definition for deep learning. So just some of the topics that we will run into as we go through this lesson this evening. So audience participation is a must. So I've got a couple of slides thrown in here that work with Slido. So I will go ahead and paste that link in the chat as well. This is just the join slide. So if you're looking at it going, I don't see anything, you will. So let me get this. And I'll paste that in there. Our first question of the evening, I've told you a little bit about me. So now I would like to learn a little bit about you. My first question this evening is, which of the following best describes your current role in education? Pre-K through second grade, third through fifth, 6 through 8, 9 through 12, or an administrator, counselor, or curriculum coach. All right, so 8 through 12 from Tina. Bless you. So this does look pretty on brand. I was told that it was going to be a lot of high school folks. So I want you to know straight out the gate, our cybersecurity basics course, when you go into Canvas to look for it, is going to be in our elementary and our middle school sections of Canvas. But that absolutely does not mean that it doesn't contain really great lessons that could help introduce cybersecurity concepts to your high schoolers as well. I think tonight's lesson is going to be a really great example of a lesson that you could absolutely use in the high school space. So awesome job there. Thank you so much for your participation. So let's take a look at cyber.org and the cybersecurity basics course. So at cyber.org, our initiative is to provide cyber education resources in order to build an education pipeline to eventually help solve the cyber workforce shortage. And so our vision is to build a future where the nation's cybersecurity needs are met by a knowledgeable, skilled, and passionate workforce. And so our mission is to ensure that every K through 12 student gains foundational and technical cybersecurity knowledge and skills. And our approach is exactly what you are witnessing right now. It's to empower educators and caregivers with resources and training needed to deliver cyber content to students. So we are constantly writing curriculum, and then we are going out into the world and we are sharing it with US K through 12 teachers. Now, cybersecurity basics, like I said, was designed for students in grades K through 8. But again, the concepts that are covered scale beyond grade level. It introduces core cybersecurity and AI concepts using clear, straightforward language that emphasizes systems thinking, patterns, and decision making. This course is excellent in that it's flexible and modular, allowing lessons to be taught in any order that you want and adapted by teachers with varying levels of computer science experience, cybersecurity experience as well. This is one of those rare courses where nothing is written to bleed into each other. Now, there are a couple of lessons that do have a part 1 and a part 2, just because we had a lot to say about that particular topic. But aside from that, any of these lessons can be introduced at any time. There aren't going to be any prerequisite skills or other lessons that you would have had to visit first in order to get this lesson. So units in our cybersecurity basics course include digital citizenship, security, computing systems, and artificial intelligence. Our computing systems and artificial intelligence domains are actually among some of the newer lessons written for this course, but it is one of those courses that is constantly being updated and made better as we consider more topics to put in front of students. So this one is a work in progress always. So a little bit of an overview of what you would get whenever you create a cyber.org account for almost all of our courses. You're going to get the items that are listed on the screen and so much more. But for basics specifically, we offer lesson guides that will provide you as the educator with information needed to teach the lesson, along with any tips, strategies, or background information that we think would be useful for you to guide students through the lesson. Each lesson comes with a set of slides. They are in PowerPoint, but we've tried to keep them simple enough that they convert to other platforms such as Google Slides or just slides, I think is or presentation is what it's called in Mac. But anyway, they transition over really well. Specifically because we keep them really simple. So you're not going to get like, words like zooming in one letter at a time because ain't nobody got time for that. So the cybersecurity basics course will also include student handouts so that you can provide structured content to follow along with instruction, review key concepts, or reinforce learning beyond direct instruction through engaging activities. Just about everyone in the writing staff at cyber.org has classroom experience, and so we very much try to capitalize on that whenever we are writing lessons and try to consider what we would have liked to have done, with content or with an activity if we were in the classroom and we were going to teach this information to our students. So teacher written and teacher approved. So before we jump into the lesson itself, this is a word cloud. So you should notice a blank that you are able to type in if you're still following along with Slido with me. But the question is, when you hear cybersecurity, what concept or concern do you want your students to understand the most? This could be anything that you consider with cybersecurity. I know tonight we're going to talk a little bit about AI, but your answer does not have to be specifically AI based. And I do believe I left it open for multiple comments. So if you are just a wealth tonight, I want it. Give it all to me. Protection for themselves and others. Yep, that's a great one. Not just, being a digital citizen, but being a safe digital citizen. Practice that it's not a hacking class, absolutely, which is definitely a thing that we stress even in the courses that we offer that use our cyber range. Um, we we allow students to experience some of the tools that are out there in the world, but they are absolutely not going to find success trying to hack anything in the real world out there with what we've shown. So experience, not skill. So let's see, computational thinking. That's excellent. We have a computational thinking course that you will actually have access to if you create a cyber.org account. You'll have access to all of our courses, but cybersecurity basics, the one we're going over, and computational thinking are just two of the many. Active participation, I like that, and the offline activities certainly lend themselves to get students involved because it's not just sitting in front of a computer. And I agree, the concept of oversharing is definitely something that we would be concerned about and definitely want our kids to be concerned about. So these are all really great answers. So let's take a look at this lesson. So this is actually the second slide that you would find in the slide deck for this lesson if you went to Canvas and pulled it down. We sort of breezed past the title slide, but this is our guiding question and student objective slide. Every lesson has one. So if you are, being observed, or if posting your objectives is something that you do on a regular basis, we got you covered. We've got the guiding question that is sort of the overarching principle of the whole lesson, and objectives that are hopefully realistic and accomplishable in the lesson. So the guiding question for this particular lesson is, how can patterns in behavior help identify security threats, and what role does AI play in detecting these threats? So us a little bit, but your students, especially if you teach this lesson, will evaluate the strengths and limitations of AI, compare human investigations to AI analysis, understand the concept of insider threats, and analyze simulated employee logs. So we've made everything for you. You don't have to bring anything extra to the party. So we're going to take a look into the lesson. This picks up around slide 3. And so we're going to look at some of the things a computer may track when we're using it. Because these days, almost any sort of device that we are using is keeping track of at least something while we are using it. So examples of things that could be tracked are usernames, which is the name used to identify a person when they log onto a computer or network. IP address, a unique string of numbers that identifies a device on a network. Timestamps of login attempts, so the exact time when someone tries to access a system. It usually also records whether or not they succeed or fail. And then under file access information, user who accessed a file, so the name of the person who opened or interacted with a file. The file path, which is the location of a file on a computer or network, showing where it's stored, time of access, and then type of action taken. So other things that can be tracked: network activity, the source and destination IP, the IP address where data is coming from or where it is going. Application events, such as actions within a specific application, database queries, access to sensitive data. These are recorded. And then system events, system changes, any modifications that were made, software installations, if you are, pulling down things to your computer, and then any configuration modifications. And we're going to look at all of these in the sample logs that we have for this lesson. So it's not just one of those things that is going to be mentioned and then the kids are never going to get an opportunity to experience it. So congratulations, you have just been hired as the Cyber Defense Incident Responder at Electrical General. Recently, confidential designs for a groundbreaking product have been leaked to a competitor. The company suspects that an insider, one of their employees, might be responsible for the breach. And so we're going to try to see if we can figure it out. All right, so our first task is to analyze employee computer use. And you're going to be my team, or I'm going to be your team, and we'll fight about it later. So we're going to analyze some different documents. However, we have an issue with the server, and so the IT department can only provide the user detail log for now. So hopefully we'll get more later. Fingers crossed. IT is working behind the scenes. So the first thing that we're going to look at is the user detail log. Now, in the lesson, you would actually have a PDF version of this handout that you could give your students. Like I said, I have an Excel document that I am going to share with you, but I'm going to share it with you later. I don't want anyone looking ahead. And actually, I mean, it's all good, but we'll go through it. The point of giving it to you later is if you decide that you want to try to use AI to do some analysis on it, you'd have a copy of it. But everything that you're going to need to look at and make decisions, I've got on the slides for you guys. So we're going to look at, we're going to try to spot some patterns and anomalies, such as repeated failed login attempts, logins during non-work hours, uses of multiple IP addresses. And so the reason that you'd want to hand out a paper copy of this log is you want students to write on it. They're going to annotate, they're going to highlight specific entries that seem suspicious, and then they're going to write a brief note explaining why they think that the activity is unusual. So our first task is to analyze employee computer use with the team and figure out if the leak is coming from inside the company. Going the wrong way. All right, so here is that first user detail log. So taking a look at the log, which users do you believe could be the insider threat? So again, looking for anything that seems suspicious. So one of the things I kind of noticed is we have a login at 3:15 in the morning. That's kind of weird. 3:15 in the morning. I'm usually on at least the third or fourth dream, but definitely not logged into my computer. So that seems a little sus, right? Who's working at that time of day? Is that person traveling internationally? That's a great question, actually. If that person was traveling, then this timestamp might not be suspicious at all. But gut check. We ask your first question, Rachel, who's working at that time of day? Certainly not us. Um, So we've also got a login at 5:55 in the morning, getting a little closer. School does seem to be starting early and earlier, but if this is an electric company, then they're probably not getting started that early. So that one is probably a little suspect as well. 9:30 at night, also not super great. Again, these aren't teachers, so they clock out when the day is done. We don't get to do that, but other people get to do that. So that's looking a little strange. And then log in at 1 o'clock in the morning. Also not super great. So we've got these couple of entries right here that seem a little strange. And so we've got users M. Joe, R. King, T. Patel, and S. Sanders all logging in outside of typical work hours. So your students would have this in front of them so that as they are looking at other log files later, they can go back and cross-reference, wait a minute, wasn't that person already being a little suspect? So they'd be able to keep a running tally of who is doing what. So next item up for bids is the file access log. IT has finally gotten that to us, and so we'll be able to take a look at access to confidential files that are maybe not typically part of a user's role, file access during non-working hours, repeated actions on the same file, reading, writing, or deleting. And so again, you'd give this to your students and you would allow them time to go through and annotate and look for suspicious activity. So again, taking a look at this, we've got someone who is reading a confidential design document at 3:20 in the morning. Someone who is editing a confidential design document again at 9:30 at night. Someone who is reading a confidential design document at 1 o'clock in the morning. So from this one, we see that user R. King is not working on a confidential document. So had that suspicious login from the last log, but not working on anything, looking at employee records. So that's not crazy. But now we've got M. Joe, T. Patel, and S. Sanders who have accessed a confidential document. So the plot thickens. So now we will get to take a look at network activity, systems events, and application events. These three logs all at once on the next slide. And again, looking for suspicious activity. So if we look through, we've got a person connected to an external IP address. That same person then went ahead and installed an app. And then that same person then went ahead and accessed a database. So we went from 3 people and now it is looking like one very sketchy person. M. Joe is the only user who logged in after hours, accessed a confidential document, connected to an external IP address, installed an app, and accessed the database. So as you are going along through the lesson, before you got to this part, you would, of course, be asking your students, what are you seeing? What are you thinking? And you are having them build a case for what they see along the way. And hopefully they come to the same conclusion that you did. So this is the first part of the lesson. And so where the technology sort of comes in, if you want it to, is that we're going to take a look at AI for behavioral analytics. And so There is an Excel version, like I said, of these documents that you gave your students, that if you at your school have access to computers and AI, you could have them upload that Excel document, and you could have them, you know, think about the prompt that they would like to ask. And so maybe instead of asking directly, who's the insider threat, make it a more open-ended question, like based on these logs, who could possibly be leaking information. So gets into a little bit about prompt analysis. You could have a discussion about, why one question is better than the other. Obviously, based on these logs, who could possibly be leaking information is a more pointed question. It gives more context to what it is that you would like AI to do as it is going through and examining these files. So I am going to drop you, or maybe I am not. Hold on. No, it's not gonna let me. Okay, so it won't let me put the Excel document into the chat. But it's the exact same information, and so you'd be able to upload it. But in the event that you are in a school that doesn't allow access to AI, or you just personally don't want your students to use it in your classroom, or maybe in your setting, computers and Wi-Fi access are limited. We did go ahead at the time that this lesson was written. We fed it into a couple of different AIs, and we have those results that you could share with your students as well. So let's look at this one. So this one is the AI ChatGPT, and so uploaded the database. And so on November 23rd, 2025, ChatGPT gave this response to who the insider threat could be. It says the most likely insider threat is M. Zhou. Key reasons is that after hours login, the access of that confidential design, installation of that application, outbound connection to an IP, and then that access of the database. So the exact same things that we looked at. It also went so far as to give us some secondary suspects as well, with S. Sanders and T. Patel, and has even labeled their risk as either high risk or medium risk. So that was ChatGPT. We also asked Microsoft Copilot to have a look, and so on November 23rd, 2025, Microsoft Copilot examined our Excel spreadsheet and came to the same conclusion with the same reasons. And so Perplexity AI came up with very similar findings, gave even its notable users and suspicious activities and a bit of a table there. So it has came with receipts. And then Notebook LM also created a table and liked the same user as the, hey, thanks, Rachel. So like the same users. So we did our own analysis, and we have looked at some done by different types of AI. Does this mean that MJO is definitely the insider threat? No, not necessarily. I mean, obviously, at this point, we would want to dig a little deeper, but it does look very concerning. So we see that the AI came up with the same bad habits that we noticed. Um, do, do. So before we get into that one, at the end of each of your lessons, there is a putting it all together section where you would come back and you would have, a final discussion, maybe an exit ticket about what was learned today. And so it asks several questions. One of them being, why is it important to not rely solely on an AI investigation and to have human follow-up? So again, you'll notice that with a lot of our AI lessons, we are always going to have some sort of question in there about should we be questioning the results and never just trusting AI blindly. So, I mean, obviously, like, yay, it came to the same conclusion that we did when we were going through. But who's to say if we, had maybe left out some important context in our prompt, or we just kind of threw it in there and we're like, what do you think? What do you think about what? So it's always important to question those results. And even though AI came to the same conclusion that we did, it doesn't necessarily mean that that person is the guilty party. Just like Rachel asked initially, if the person was traveling internationally, there could be a very good reason that this person is doing what they are doing. And so we've got the data logs, and it's a good place to start, but it is going to definitely take some human footwork on our end to come to a final conclusion before someone loses their job. But it is a great way to point out how, using a tool like AI to confirm your thinking or to, double check what you're working on, or in order to be able to sort through logs faster than we could, does provide some advantages, but it does not replace our human expertise. So taking a look at that lesson, what are some of your thoughts about adapting this type of AI-supported cybersecurity activity for a course that you already teach? I know there's a lot of computer science folks. I know y'all kind of have sometimes a pretty set curriculum, but if you were going to bring something like this in, how could you see yourself using it? Rachel, your co-star is sending me. I love it. And if you don't want to do all the typing and you just want to come, off of mute to talk, I won't even make you turn your camera on. Just really curious to see a lot of these AI lessons like this. If we did something where we, used AI, we provide examples like we did in this lesson, and then provide as an extension that you try them out in current time if you are able. I think most interestingly, just to see if the answers change. We have another course called Cyber Literacy that deals with the BBC microbit and Python programming, and it has a lesson on using AI as a tool to help students code. And so, um, you know, seeing how answers change to coding questions at the time the lesson was written to present day, I think is very interesting. I think your cat missed an F in his response, so I'm not going to count off for spelling this time. Well, let's see. It says that activity would be pretty quick lab for any class. Don't even have to have much computer understanding to look at patterns and details. I agree. Build it into our cybersecurity unit as an additional lesson. I love that. And I'm going to keep it crossed up that as you're going through these resources, that you find lots of really awesome things that you would want to bring in and make part of that unit. I think anything that you are already doing to help teach your students about cybersecurity is awesome, and we would love to help you turn awesome into amazing. So let's talk about those other courses. I keep mentioning some things, but let's see what we've got in way of other AI courses and lesson offerings. One course that I have not mentioned yet is Technology Plus, and we have it targeted at grades 8 through 12. It was written to CompTIA's Tech Plus exam, and has lessons on the common uses of AI and generative AI. That's a really great course. It comes with lesson guides, slides, student handouts, and even student notes. So it was meant to be implemented whole class, but could also be implemented like individually. You've got that one kid who is just killing it in your current class, and you think deserves a challenge and could be working on something else. Those student notes, handouts, and lab experiences could be just what that student is looking for. Cyber literacy, I mentioned that one, examines AI assisted scripting and cybersecurity using the BBC microbit and Python language. Cybersecurity 2, which means yes, there is a cybersecurity 1, is aimed at 9th through 12th grade and discusses threats from AI with a case study on deepfakes. AI Fundamentals, aimed at grades 9 through 12, is a course we are currently working on. It will be released later this year, and it examines AI design, machine learning, ethics, AI and cybersecurity, and so much more. This one is going to be a really great resource for deep diving into AI and its multiple offerings. So we're really excited that that is coming around the bend. So at this point, I did want to go ahead and open it up to questions and comments because I have talked a lot. Not that I have a problem with it, but let's hear from yous guys.
Looks like we got some questions coming in the chat.
Awesome.
I do while we're getting that question coming, I do have a question for you. So, are most of your lessons designed to be in-person delivery, or are they flexible enough to be done in an online version as well?
I would definitely say that there is flexibility for online delivery. I know we've certainly had to be creative, especially with cybersecurity basics, because it is offline and doesn't require computers. So we've had to, do virtual PDs where we had to consider, oh gosh, so we wrote this really great in-class activity. How do we get people to be able to participate in the virtual setting? So I definitely think that it can be done. It does require some savvy about the different sort of networking, communicating applications that are out there. But again, we like to say that we have kept stuff simple enough in that any lesson guides and handouts are going to come to you as PDFs, which of course are very digital friendly. And then, like I said, those slides really move back and forth in different platforms very well. So we have definitely tried to meet that selfishly for us in presenting PD, but also for you guys as well. So yeah, I would totally do that. Brad says that he's used the Cybersecurity 1 course in the one semester format for 2 years now and has really enjoyed it. Yeah, I love that course. In fact, February 19th, I have a virtual PD coming up on that. And so we're going to take a look at the trial of Eternal Blue. I don't know if that was included in the one semester format, Brad, but that's a good one if you've got time for that one. So that is awesome.
Linda, could you say what that lesson was again? The trial of Eternal Blue?
Yes, it is in Unit 8. It is sort of the capstone activity for that unit. I haven't looked at the one semester plan in a minute, so I'm not 100% what is in there.
Right, or
Luckily,
lesson 8, but
I also really like Cyber Society, our ACEs scenarios. Those are really great for a, whodunit offline activity where you're getting students up and moving and into things as well. So those are really good too. We have a lot and we are really trying to work at digital and offline lessons so that we are trying to meet the most teachers where they live. So just to take a look at those PD objectives once again, hopefully you feel like I have described how cybersecurity and AI concepts can be integrated into your existing CS courses, even if you're not specifically teaching cybersecurity. We experienced and analyzed unplugged and low-tech cybersecurity activity and even tried to take a look at some AI, and hopefully, based on what is available, have increased your confidence in teaching cybersecurity by connecting that AI-based activity to real classroom practice, curriculum goals, and resource constraints. The QR code on the screen is that link to that survey that I was talking about, and I am going to paste that link into the chat. There we go. So this is an opportunity, again, just to give some feedback on what you liked about tonight's presentation, what could have gone better. Earlier, I did go ahead and paste into the chat the link to sign up for our curricula if you have not already done so. The link takes you to a form that you fill out. It does take anywhere from 24 to 48 hours to vet that form. So it's recommended that if you are going to sign up for curricula access, that you use your teacher email address, just because that'll make the vetting process faster. I had mentioned I have a virtual PD coming up on the 19th, but if you aren't doing anything this summer, you know, say around June 16th through the 18th, we would love for you to meet us in Reno for EdCon 2026. Registration is $75 for K through 12 educators in the United States and U.S. territories, $450 for all other attendees. Registration fees go up by $25 March 15th, 2026. So we'll make that, you know, an even 100. But it should be noted that if you are interested in participating, we do have travel grants available. So educators employed for the 26-27 school year in a K through 12 institution in the U.S. or U.S. territories are eligible to apply for a up to $750 reimbursable travel grant. I'm not gonna lie, I've not heard of anyone not getting one. So absolutely no harm in applying. Um, 750 covers your registration and can also pay for things like hotel and flight and food while you are there. So great opportunity. If you are looking to register for that, I have a link for our EdCon as well. It's going to be, we've put out a call for speakers, and so we've got some amazing sessions that are going to go down during our time. You'll get to meet just about everyone from the writing staff because we'll all be there doing different sessions and hanging out with you guys. This is really kind of our Super Bowl, so we're very excited to invite you guys out. I think Reno is probably going to be the best year yet, just because we've got so much great content. We'll be unveiling some new things at EdCon, and we'll be, of course, going over all of the great stuff that folks already love and want to know more about. So there's always so much to see and do while you're at EdCon. So that is it for me. I am going to go ahead and drop my email address into the chat as well. We like to brag that cyber.org is doing great things, but we are still small enough that when you send an email, you get an actual human response. So I would love to link up with you guys to talk more about curriculum, to talk about tips and tricks, favorite lessons, feedback that you have. But in our Canvas, it should be noted that in the course information pages for any of the courses that you go and explore, there is a survey link in there as well for you to be able to give feedback if something is broken or there are typos in things. So lots of different ways for you to reach out for that.
Perfect. That sounds amazing.
Yay!
All right. Well, if anybody else has questions, we'll take them. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep talking a little bit about CSTA South Dakota, and you can next meet up with us at the TIE conference in April here in Sioux Falls. We'll have a space there where we're going to be able to connect with people. We will be having an in-person social the night before the conference on April 19th at the Sports Bowl in Sioux Falls. We're going to be sending out a registration link for that in the near future so we can plan for however many people want to come. Other than that, I think that is everything that I have to announce to people. So thank you all for spending some time with us tonight on a busy Wednesday. And if you would like, please connect with us at CSTA South Dakota. Thanks, Henry, for showing up. And we would love you join us as a member if you are not, and glad to support you in your computer science journey here in South Dakota. So have a good night, everybody.
Hi, thank you.
I clicked the yellow